All right, so let's get started. Welcome to the Agent Q&A. I'm your host, John. We got Albert in the house. We got Joanne. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Joanne.
Virtual. So what was let's just get started.
We're talking about E&O.
Yeah.
So someone had an issue with E&O. How does all that work?
Yeah. So just going and wrapping or recapping what we were talking about with NLC and SureLC. Let's just start off with SureLC is a third-party company, and in NLC, which is the next level contracting, that's FFL's new contracting standpoint, and it's transitioning. They've rolled it out, but it's filled with errors. There's a lot of errors that's just happening, but it's better than nothing. So what's happening right now first is we still have a lot of carriers being added on SureLC. We've transitioned into Americo so far, right? Joe, go ahead and add on to it.
So I don't know, it's kind of loud in the Starbucks spot.
No, we don't hear anything else.
Okay, cool. So we're starting off with Americo, but just like John said, there are issues within NLC that seem to continuously be popping off. So like the whole E&O error that we had with Abdul, I had not ever seen that, and I was literally going to send it out to corporate to see like what the error was or what we could do to like go around it, but then John found a way to go around it.
Yeah.
Which really pretty much didn't really make sense in the way that it's asking for a minimum of $1 million, but then we had to do $1.1 million, which didn't make sense, but it went through. So like little things like that is where the support team is trying to like have us identify where those glitches are so that we can fix them.
Yeah. Well, so far so good. Yeah, he also had another issue with Prosperity. He created an account and froze. But what's great about Prosperity, I had him just email support. Responded back to him within the morning, and he got it rolling.
What's the default carrier on SureLC or NLC now?
So default carrier right now for NLC is Americo, and then
for E&O insurance. Sorry,
it's $1 million. $1 million.
The default carrier, because is it?
So
there's different carriers out there. So there's 360 Pros.
Yeah.
There's
Napa,
and then there was that other one that was the automatically renew on SureLC.
Yeah, so SureLC, because it's the third party, how they make money, we're using them, we're paying them, but they also advertise little things left and right. They advertise their own AML training, they advertise their SureLC. So when you're brand new, make sure you guys follow Joanne's welcome email. We like using 360 Coverage Pros.
It's a little cheaper and a little less of a down payment up front.
Correct, and there's an FFL discount with it. Yep. So that's what we've used. You only need $1 million aggregate, minimum $1 million throughout, and you're good. But what is an E&O? Let's just expand on it. It's errors and omissions. Essentially, it's like you driving your car. It's your malpractice insurance if you're a doctor. Because we're representing multiple insurance carriers, we're the individual that represents the insurance companies to get a client approved. If you somehow made a mistake, you made an error, or you omitted something or an omission, meaning that you're telling the carrier that this client is healthier than they should be, and you got it approved, and then they passed away, and then now the carriers are like doing investigations, and they said, we don't want to pay. Now the client's beneficiaries are asking you, hey, what's going on? Why aren't you paying? We're going to sue. That's where your E&O comes in. Your errors and omissions insurance will come in to fight for you so that you don't get your pants sued off, right? So hopefully you never need it. That's why we just need the minimum, $1 million, because hopefully if you're doing it right, you're not going to get sued. It's just as a backup. But it's mandatory for most carriers because they want to make sure that, hey, you're representing us. We don't want to pay. If we don't pay, they sue you and they sue us. We refer back to you. That's what it's for. Yeah. So it's like $34, $35 a month.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Or is it a little cheaper if you pay over for the entire year?
Correct. Yeah. And then you maintain that and you carry that per year. Okay. So we're going to open it up for Q&A. We got Tasha in the house. We got Abdul in the house. Congratulations on your new baby, Tasha.
Congrats.
Go ahead. There you go. Yep. So what's new for you? Glad to have you back. Where are you in the process of FFL now, and how can we help?
Well, right now I'm still in the beginning stages. I did take some time off for my new baby. I'm just trying to get started with like prospecting and getting clients to sign up for services. And that's really where I am right now, is just trying to get those initial clients in. So
that's your baby, right?
Yep.
That's your baby, not my baby, right?
That's mine.
Okay, yeah, I brought my kid here too. I brought my 4-year-old. I thought it was like, is Ellie screaming or is yours? So yeah, so great. So you're back in. Let's look and do an inventory. How's your contracting? How many carriers do you have already?
Well, so far I have 3 contracts right now.
Okay, who are they?
I have John Hancock. I want to say it's AMG and Americo. Those
You mean AIG?
AIG. I say
Okay.
AMG. I think about the Benz, I guess.
Okay, so we got AIG. Do you have Mutual of Omaha? Have you requested Mutual of Omaha?
Yes, actually, so 4. I do have mutual of them.
Okay, perfect. So you have the minimum. So I would add on.
Prosperity.
Have you
Yes,
done
and-
Prosperity?
No, I have not.
Okay, I'll send that out. I'll send you a Prosperity link.
Okay.
It'll be a separate outside of Sure LC because Prosperity has their own contracting, but it'll be quick within a day or so. You'll get an agent number. So
Okay.
now we do have agent numbers. This is the 4-year-old.
Hi. Hello.
Okay, so we have carriers now. Now let's look into your business. How do you want to plan to attack your business? Let's first ask, do you want to see this as a full-time or part-time?
Right now, part-time, but eventually full-time.
Okay. Now that you're part-time, how many days can you work throughout the week?
I would say about 3 days.
Okay.
3
Do you have a full-time position right now? Or are you taking care of the baby? You're off?
Well, I have the baby and I'm doing like part-time somewhere. Like I still do my nursing on the side, like work as an LPN.
Okay.
But I want to try to transition from that. I want
Perfect.
to put on a management skill. Like I was taking classes for my RN to try to open up a business on the side, like home care. So I
Yeah.
want to have that. But in the meantime, I know that I need income in order to kind of supplement. So yeah.
Nice. Okay, good. You're entrepreneurial with it. Okay, so think big then, right? So now from the aspect of the business, you have the carriers, you have the products, you just got to get in front of clients. Okay. So
Yeah.
are you opposed to lead purchases or do you want to prospect on your own? So we go over that a lot.
Well, I think I'm going to try with the leads because I
Okay.
have tried with prospecting, but with the cold markets, it's a little bit more challenging because I have to find out who are interested in, the services versus the leads, that they're looking for it. So
Right.
I think I'm going to try the lead route at first.
Okay, great. So then what you want to look at, if you are prospecting, you're a nurse, you have a lot of nurse friends, coworkers, they have great benefits at their work, but sometimes they're uninformed about life insurance.
Yeah.
So my first thing I would suggest for you is, start creating a business card, passing it out throughout work, as long as it's not a conflict.
Okay.
And then you let them know, hey, we do mortgage protection, we do final expense, we do income annuities. A lot of nurses also get headhunted from one place to another, which is a
Okay.
great opportunity for you to get annuities. Okay, so you let them know, how's your 401k, how's your retirement plan, how's that going for you? All you're doing is you're sparking an interest for them. And they're like, I don't know. And that's when you come in. You said, I can help. Right.
Okay.
So if you need to prospect, I would be using that as a first source of income too, and then use that income from this, since you have your work taking care of the bills, use
Yeah.
that to buy and purchase leads to get you rolling and keep that going.
Okay. And that's what I was thinking. So say I have a client or a friend that is
Okay.
interested in getting a 401k. How would I get started? What would I do next?
Okay, so let's start off with licensing and carriers. Okay, so
Okay.
same thing to where you got to be able to sell life insurance. You got to be able to sell fixed index annuities. So
Okay.
write this down. It's called FFLAMS.
Okay.
FFLAMS. You register or create an account.
.com, by the way.
Correct. Oh yeah. FFLAMS.com. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So FFLAMS, that's our advanced market sales. So they're really great at annuities. They're really great at IULs. In fact, Albert here is our annuity director.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he's the go-to for this too.
Yes.
Thank
So you
you.
want to get contracted. Athena is our #1 carrier for that. So when you go to FFLAMS, you click on the info, they'll send you contracting materials for it. And then you
Okay.
want to get certified. Okay. So you need a certificate of extra additional training depending on your state. Us here in California, it requires an 8-hour and a 4-hour course. Just check on your state. There's a free one with Reg Ed. There's a paid one. I like the paid one. It's quicker, it's faster. You can get your certificate so you can get contracted so you can start writing business. Once you
Okay.
have the requirements out, Now you want to talk to your friend, family member, and then you qualify them. Okay, so it has to be 401k that they're not working with. Okay, so it has to be what's called an orphan 401k.
Okay.
So if it's sitting there, they haven't rolled it over, they don't know what to do with it, that's perfect. All you want to do is you want to get a statement, email it to us. We'll start telling you to what our options are, and then you book an appointment, and we'll even be available for you.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Well, to take it even a step further, Tasha,
Okay.
in the nursing industry, if you guys have a retirement plan already set up, yeah, you could potentially look at an annuity rollover. So they could take an existing lump sum of money. It's typically $10,000 minimum.
Yeah.
To start a new annuity. But the thing is, if they want to start a separate retirement account, either, I mean, do you guys have 401k set up at your work?
Yes,
Okay.
they have that. Mhm.
So like John mentioned, if you're currently still working there, you can't roll it over yet unless you've changed employment. So if it's a former employer, you can roll it over. But the thing is, sometimes when it comes to nurses want to setting up a separate retirement account, we also have IULs.
Yeah.
So an IUL, so the way you want to look at it is, for an annuity, it's a lump sum of money, 10,000 or more. If someone wants to start a retirement account, but they want to start funding it regularly, or they don't have quite 10,000, they want to put it in, incrementally, that would be an IUL. Okay, so an IUL, also a little bit more complex. So when you reach these situations, just let them know, hey, let me talk to one of my managers. We'll get a plan together for you. I'll come back out and review that together.
Yeah. So it's all about sparking interest, right? What products and what solutions you can offer. So you ask your clients or potential clients, what do you have going on with your retirement? And you can ask, if they don't have any retirement, do you want to learn more about tax-free retirement? That's where the IUL comes in. Okay. The IUL builds up cash value attached to the S&P 500. And since it's a life insurance product, you can borrow out of the cash value as a form of retirement because you're building it up.
Okay.
Especially affluent nurses or nurses that are per diem that don't have benefits, 1099 travel nurses. Yeah.
The IUL is it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, before you even get to that, I mean, most people, if they don't have insurance, you just go with Americo, CBO.
Yep.
That's a term policy for the next 30 years. If they don't die after 30 years, they get all of their money back. So they can't lose.
Yep.
So it gives them a good amount of coverage, up to 450,000 now.
Yep. No saliva, nothing.
No saliva test. Instant decision. So the thing is, they don't have to go into the medical records, no physical exams. Just you'll do the application for them. It'll tell them right there on the spot whether or not they're approved. They're approved in the next 30 years, get all the money back, can't lose.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then you get paid within a day or two, typically.
Well, I know a lot of travel nurses and a lot so that's really good.
So using your clients to prospect, it's not throwing all the information out to them. You're just sparking interest. Think of it that way. Keep it simple. This is the introduction. Hey, by the way, I'm Tasha. I'm getting into life insurance. Here's what we do. We do final expense. We do mortgage protection. We do annuities or retirement plans and tax-free retirement. Let me know if you're interested. Do you have any benefits? Are you planning to work here forever? If you're not, okay, you're going to lose your retirement or you need to set one up. Okay. If you're even not so much nurses, from teachers to public employees, they have some pensions. Then you start asking them trigger questions. Do you know if you're going to completely get all your lifetime income, or is it just 80%, 50%? Well, I have a solution to cover the gap.
Okay.
That's it. It's broad selling, right? Concept selling. Products, how much, when they start doing how much, these are the debates. So you tell them, okay, let's set up an appointment. Let's get you set up.
Okay.
And then I'll have my professional mentors help out. There you go.
Okay. Thank you.
Think big. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Abdul, feel free to chime in as well. Oh, you don't have a mic. Okay. So actually going back to Tasha and Abdul. So let's have you guys go back to your HCMS. Starting off, when you got an invite, there's only 4 main carriers available for requests, which is Americo, AIG, Mutual of Omaha, and John Hancock. Now you want to go back to your HCMS, you can go into the top left and request additional carriers. Okay, I would recommend requesting additional carriers for Aetna and American Amicable. These two, if you feel like you need Foresters, you can request Foresters. And then to follow up on that, the question that Abdul asked, what does it mean by saying it's closed? So once you request it, Joanne will actually see it. Joanne will approve it, and then she'll send it. It'll automatically send to home office to approve that additional request, and it'll be closed, meaning that it was added to your Sure LC to now request the appointment. It's a filter. We have an issue where we have a lot of brand new agents. They're coming in. They want the whole entire portfolio of our carriers. We don't really need to use all that. We have three main ones, really. You need AIG, Prosperity, and Americo. And then the rest are special niche, right? If I'm sitting in front of a healthy individual, I can sell them anything and everything. The three ones are what we want to use: Americo, AIG, and Prosperity. With just three, you can sell up almost everyone 85 and under. Now you can go 89 and under. So that's what it means by close. It's on your Sure LC, so check. So you didn't need to request AIG actually on HCMS because it's automatically added on to the Sure LC.
Yeah, simple is always better. Just try to stick with Americo, AIG, and Prosperity whenever possible. Because the thing is, I mean, look at it from a practical standpoint. If you guys are new, you guys have to learn. We have what, 30 something? I don't even know how many we have, but
30 plus with like each carrier has like 5 to 7 products.
Yeah, and yeah, we get a few sprinkling here and there from various carriers, but for the most part, the majority of our business is in 3 or 4 carriers.
Yeah. So
if you guys are new and don't want to overwhelm yourself, like why would you want to get all 30 of them, then have to learn all how they work, what the nuances are? Stick with these 3: Americo, AIG, Prosperity. If you focus on those 3, not only will you master those 3 really quickly, also when the other carriers start rolling in, those make a lot more sense because they're all pretty similar. They just have a few subtle differences. And we're telling you from practical experience, from knowing the comp grids, knowing the bonus system, knowing everything else, it's to your advantage to use Americo, Prosperity, AIG whenever possible.
Yeah, simplify everything. So why we like these 3 companies, they're all 100% instant decision. What that means is if I'm in front of a client and I show them a plan, I'm going to get an answer. It's not going to refer to underwriter and it's up to limbo, right? For Americo, take this time since you guys are brand new. 2 main products you want to learn with Americo. Also, they have a specific agent training website there. It's called agentcafe.com. Just log in there. It's free. I don't think you even need to log in. But Americo has 2 specific products. They have a final expense product and a mortgage protection product. For their final expense, it's called Eagle Premier. Okay, it's a plan for anyone 40 to 85. Hey, come here. Get that out of here. So 40 to 85 for Americo. It's called Eagle Premier. It's a simplified issue whole life plan. What's really great about this, from anywhere between 40 to 85, when you plug in their information, they're going to get an instant decision. It's whole life, it's final expense, set rates for non-smoker or smoker rates. And then also, it has a built-in accidental. If I show you a 10,000 plan, 10,000 is your natural. Included into the plan, in case you pass away from an accident, it'll double. In case you pass away from a public transportation, it'll triple. Okay, so if you get in a car accident, your 10,000 plan now pays 20,000. If you're in an airplane, train, taxi, boat, or bus, your accidental coverage now is 30,000. Okay, so it's a simple process. This is how much it is. This is the price. And we get an answer immediately. Okay. For their mortgage protection plan, it's called their HMS plan. Okay. So they have multiple. They have HMS CBO, HMS CBO 50 and a 100 payment protector. It's all the same. It's called HMS.
Which stands for home mortgage series, because a lot of people ask that question.
Right. Okay. So which is the mortgage protection. HMS, go to Agent Cafe. Quick and simple. Essentially, it's a term product to cover the mortgage. There's a term, regular level term, and there's a term with a return to premium term. And then you'll figure that out from there.
Yeah. Their return of premium is called CBO, which is cashback option. Because they want to be special, I guess.
Yeah. It kind of confuses agents too, because at the end of it all, it's a term with the ROP, with the return of premium, but they call it CBO. Okay. So questions on Americo? We're good? Okay, I'm gonna move on to AIG. Actually, let's use prosperity first.
Uncle Reed's food.
We got the special Labor Day special over here. let me hold her down. Okay, so let's use prosperity. Prosperity is an instant decision as well for final expense. They have 3 plans, 2 available in California, 3 in other states. They have the E-Vista, which is their final expense, similar to Americo. Okay, it's from 5,000 to 35,000, age 50 to 85. So you want to use Americo because it's built in, it's simplified. Sometimes Americo with their prescription history will decline a client, but prosperity is lenient. Okay, so if America doesn't work out, prosperity comes in. Instead of just approve or semi-decline with the guaranteed plan with the Americo, prosperity has a level plan, a graded plan, and a modified plan. So it's for the less healthy, we can get them covered. So that's
How
when you
many
would
Uncle Reed's food? Just answer.
be quiet.
Wait.
Hey, if you stay quiet for like 5 more minutes, we're gonna give you a surprise. Is that a deal? Surprise spanking.
If you don't, it's a bad surprise.
We're gonna give you something. A big pow pow.
No.
Okay, so that's where prosperity comes in. They have a level term. It's called Family Freedom Term. It's available in other states, but it's up to 500,000. Correct? Correct me if I'm
Something
wrong.
like that,
Yeah, up to 500,000. It's I would say the least expensive term plan that's simplified for us.
Very competitive rates for straight
Really,
term.
really competitive. So, and it's good till age 70. So if you have clients that are looking for like level term, they're semi-healthy, it's very, very lenient. Okay.
Well, another benefit to that, I mean, I think you're kind of touching on is just they use the same underwriting requirements as New Vista.
Yeah.
So the thing is, typically when it comes to term policies, the underwriting threshold is a little bit higher. You got to be a little bit healthier in general than final expense. Final expense typically it's people in their 40s, 50s, and above getting a smaller amount of coverage. So the burden for the life insurance company is not as high. So they'll accept people that are generally a little less healthy.
Mhm.
So then for term policies, typically you got to be pretty healthy to get qualified for it. But for Prosperity's Family Freedom Term, for their term policy, the same as their final
That's
expense.
wild. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is great for us. If you run into clients, with medical conditions, let us know. With these 3 plans, you'll be golden. Okay. Any questions on prosperity? Good. Last part is AIG. This is the end all. Okay. So AIG, the way they work, it's mainly for final expense, our products that we use it for. We have 2 plans. We have an AIG SIWL, which is simplified issue whole life. It's just like E-Vista. It's just like Americo's Eagle Premier. Same process between 50 to 85, up to 30 to 40,000. Same thing. It's whole life, locks them in at that age, at that health. The difference with SIWL compared to Americo and the Prosperity, it's their underwriting. Okay, it's simplified in a sense where they don't use the MIB, so you can probably get clients approved where a client got declined before from a different company. Okay, so let me explain what an MIB is. Medical Insurance Bureau. If you ever been arrested and a cop pulls you over and they run your DMV records, they see all your warrants and arrest. With the MIB, if you've ever applied for life insurance, the insurance company used MIB and they tell them, okay, this client got declined from so-and-so. So if you applied again from another carrier, the other carriers will see your MIB. AIG doesn't check MIB. Okay, so it doesn't hurt your previous history from an application that you got declined for, and you can get approved with AIG. Okay, so that's their one product, the SIWL, similar to a level plan. Then they have a graded plan. It's called Graded Whole Life. This is the best thing for the clients that's the unhealthiest of the unhealthiest, right? They have no medical questions. It's guaranteed issue. That's what GIWL means. Guaranteed issue whole life. No one can get declined. Anyone between 50 to 80, guaranteed. They can have a heart attack this morning. They could be on their deathbed. They can have a cancer. They can go to chemo. So this is great going to a client's home and you tell them, we have a plan for anyone 80 and under, guaranteed. So it relieves their hesitation thinking, oh, I'm not going to qualify. There is a fine print though. It's 2-year graded. 2-year graded means you have to outlive it for 2 years and a day to be fully paid out. If a client dies before the 2 years, the insurance company will just pay out their premiums plus 10% of whatever they put in. So if you paid $100,000 in a year, they're going to give you $1,100. Okay, so this is the worst case scenario. If you got a client, easily, you don't have to underwrite clients anymore. If you know they're on like an oxygen tank, you know they're on a wheelchair due to a illness. If they've had diabetic amputations, if they had like what do you call it, like a dialysis, number one dialysis, you'll see that often, diabetic dialysis. These clients think they can't get insurance. You tell them, hey, we have AIG for you. We get you a great 2-year graded plan, anywhere between $5,000 and $25,000. And it's paid up usually by 83, 84, 90. So it's the end all for clients that have been declined before. We can get them with AIG.
Right.
Sounds good. So 3 companies, you can sell everyone. You got the term, you got the final expense. You have 3 options for final expense. 4th with the AIG's graded plan. You can't go wrong. So if you can sit in front of a client or have or telesale on the phone, you can always leave them a policy number. That's pretty much it.
Sounds pretty simple.
Simple, right? So keep it simple. You tell the client, we got a plan for you. What do you want? You want final expense? We have mortgage. Here's the products. Yeah. Any other questions? Go ahead and pop up any questions you have for us.
And for you new agents out there that are watching, you got to fight your instinct on this one. Because the thing is, when you're brand new, you're thinking, I just want to learn everything. Or some of you guys anyway, you can feel like I want to learn everything. I want to get to know all the carriers. I want to know all the products, thinking it matters. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because the thing is, I spent so much time just focusing on learning all these carriers when I was brand new. Even now, I'm like, I wasted a lot of time. It's like, if you know America, Prosperity, AIG, you're good. Everything else, I mean, if you run into situations where those carriers cannot cover it, reach out to your upline or reach out to the group. Someone will tell you, walk you all the way through. And it's not that different, but don't waste your time with it.
Yeah, and sometimes we get agents, not even so much new agents. They go for the price because one company is cheaper than the other, and it throws off
bucks too, or a couple cents. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, this is the number one way to look at it. It's like you going to a gas station. Do you really need to filter within your 5 miles to 10 miles radius to get you the cheapest gas? Right. So I tell the clients, look, all these carriers, they're state regulated. Okay. They're dollar for dollar on their pricing. It's just branding recognition. But more importantly, it's what can get you approved on the spot. Okay. Would you rather save $3, get declined on this and not know if you have it, or you go to this one? So if you go over that rebuttal, you get the client to trust you, get the client to build a rapport. They're gonna go with which product you tell them that's the best for them. Good. You can buy. So the question is, can you get more life insurance or can you choose more than one? Yes, you can. So with life insurance, the only 2 qualifications is your age and your health and a method of payment. Okay. If you have a bank account, you can sell them all. So we have clients, they could be in their 70s, 75, 80s, and they say, I want $100,000 coverage, but they've had 2 heart attacks ago, like 10 years ago. They cannot get a term, but you can get 100,000 by stacking multiple companies. So you could do 35,000 with Americo, 35,000 with Prosperity, 30,000 with AIG. You can stack as long as they can afford it.
Well, I mean, there's this question: can you get multiple policies, or is there policies outside of final expense and term and mortgage?
To answer that question, if there's policies outside of term and mortgage, yes, that will be the IULs and
Annuities,
level terms,
straight
fully
life insurance,
underwritten.
single premium, whole life. I mean, we have a full portfolio of different products.
Yeah.
But I think the final expense and term, those will cover pretty much everybody.
Yeah, that's 90%.
Especially with the leads that you're purchasing, because if you're buying leads, if they're mortgage, primarily most of the time it's gonna be term.
Yeah.
Term will return a premium. If they're a little bit older, you got to go the critical protection route.
Yeah.
You might have to use a whole life policy for a smaller amount to cover for a certain number of years. But for final expense, very simple, straightforward. With final expense, by the way, I would recommend for all new agents, start with that. If you find people, if you have referrals, obviously, they reach out to you. we'll figure out the solution for them because they know specifically what they want. But for the most people, they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
Most people just know that they don't have life insurance. Some people may not even recognize that they need it yet. So when you get leads, final expenses is definitely the route that I would recommend because it's so simple, it's so straightforward. People are gonna die and they need to cover the funeral.
Yeah.
There's no other way around it. It's just simple, straightforward.
But yeah, to answer, if you want to get saucy with it, yeah, we have a lot of products because we're a portfolio. We can continue to add multiple carriers. So fflams.com is a lot of information, but don't spend too much time on that. Okay. So you will get some affluent clients. They want to do something crazy. They want to do like some crazy IUL 7Pay, or they want to do some infinite banking concept and all that stuff. Yeah, it's nice, but you're not going to get a lot of those, right? You want to stick with something that's going to get you a consistent flow of clients. And like back in the days, we call it hunting with our company. Like, do you want to hunt big whales, big elephants, or do you want to hunt the regular, deers? That final expense mortgage protection is the regular hunting. Right.
Master the basics first.
Yes.
Yep. And then if you run into situations that's above what you're accustomed to, then reach out.
Yes. The reason why is because these clients, they're not a quick one call close type of deals. So they might need illustrations. Then you might need to get a fully under-in policy. Fully under-in means they have to get a physical exam, blood, urine, get processed, get a nurse to come out, get the doctor records, get a new answer for the policy. 2-3 months down the road, you're still pending on this application, and where's your income coming in? Right? So you want to make sure you have clients. That's why we like these 3 products. I can sell you on a Monday with an American Eagle Premier or HMS. I will give you a policy within 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to get an agent statement by 2 a.m. Tuesday morning, and I'm going to get deposited in my bank account by Wednesday, 5 a.m. Rinse and repeat. You call the clients, hey, I'm calling you about your life insurance you requested. Here's how much it is for your final expense. I get paid in 2 days. It's simple, right?
And Natasha, earlier you mentioned you're in nursing and you're thinking about you might reach out to a couple warm market people up front. So that's the thing. This is a game.
Yeah.
Once you make your first sale, you get that money, reinvest back into leads, make some more sales off of those, make more money, invest more money into leads. And if you can do that on a consistent basis, this is how you grow a huge business.
Yeah.
The thing is, most people, they'll make a sale, get paid, and they're like, cool, I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to do something else. And then they pay their bills off or whatever it is. And then they don't get a chance to really help their business grow.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep that in mind, if everyone keeps understanding, when money comes in, this is for me to fund my business so I can make my business continue to grow and build for me. So later on I can legitimately spend all this money.
Yes.
And all my bills are taken care of. So it's a game. Just look at it that way.
Yeah. It's like you're in poker, it's your ante. What is your minimum blinds and big blind? The more blinds you put into your leads, the more you're going to get out. Right. So that's where the skill, the ability, the training, but keep it simple. We have the carriers, we have all the portfolio and the products. We just got to figure out how to get in front of as many clients as we can, and the products will sell itself. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it for our call. Anybody, we'll wrap it up for any additional questions. We're good? Yeah, so we have this call every Monday at 11:15. Feel free to log in, and then it'll be posted on YouTube. It's recorded. If you guys have not seen our YouTube, go ahead and Ellie, you say like and subscribe. Hey,
into the mic.
Say it to the mic. Welcome back to our channel. Please,
food and drinks
please
again.
like and subscribe. Go.
Please like and subscribe.
You heard the girl.
Like and subscribe. It'll be in our YouTube channel. So it's all saved in there. Just look up Elite FFL or Elite Sales Podcast on YouTube. Yeah, Elite Sales Podcast. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Labor Day.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe.